Let me share this with y'all. Because, IG be hating. IG hate hard. Yeah, I'll be in the middle of a beam out. They'll cut the whole beam out. They'll cut it off. So let me share this with y'all, man. Peace and love to all y'all out there. I wanna share this with y'all. Because we know that the distractions at an all-time high, and the way that they doing it, they using digital programming, they're using social engineering programming. We know this. What is the end goal of the people that's doing the social engineering? Their end goal is total totalitarianism rule. This is their goal. They want to induce poverty, induce a class where you have everybody that got it, the elites, so-called elites, and everybody else. There's not going to be a so-called middle class no more. Their end game is to reduce the population and to get people to accept a herd mentality. This is their goal. Herd minds don't think outside the herd. The herd mind, they're the group of people, everybody has one type mentality. This is the herd mind. It's an infection. Once they could get people, the population, humanity, to take in the so-called elite, take the jab, take the digital imprint that they want to put in the finger, the hand, the forehead. All this stuff you can find in the scripture, though. For y'all ones out there that say that you love reading the Bible, all this information is in those books. It's in the Quran too, though. That's why you should read all the books. So the distractions, they keep people from paying attention to things that really matter. Like what really matters and what don't matter. I'm going to throw this at y'all. Do you realize that there are people who live on these American lands, North America, who are not American, but they know how to play the game? So they know that if the true Americans actually claimed that they were American, Moorish American, they would have an end game in their own hands. Listen, man. This is one of the main reasons for the distractions. The true Americans, who are Moorish Americans, the indigenous people of the North American, Central American, South American, all of the adjoining islands, if those people, Moorish Americans, actually make a proclamation public, that means to publicly say that you're a Moorish American, that will bring the so-called elite to their knees, because they will be powerless. They will have no power. Again, the social class system is established to keep people in different classifications. Like when somebody says somebody is a black person and somebody is a white person, the people that's saying that you black, they're putting you in a social class system. That social class system is to keep you at the very bottom. It's not to uplift or elevate your status. See, the color system was established by Europeans to classify people in categories. Like in history, you would have people that were saying that they were white and they were black. This system that was established is a system of control. All right. It's not about somebody don't like you because you might be so-called light skin or tawny or dark skin. It's not about that. Even though they put it out there like that's the real narrative, like somebody dark skinned, somebody light skinned, that's Willie Lynch shit. All right. What it really boiled down to is status. What is your status on this land? The definition of land is this right here. Let me show you. From my book right here. Let me show you. Hold up. Let me show y'all real quick. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. Look. What is the definition of land? You want to change something? You want to do what it takes to change? Look. This is from my book right here, because people be having questions. All right. Land definition and legal meaning. You need to see it, because once you see it, you can't unsee it. All right. Definitions and citations. In the most general sense, comprehends any ground, soil, or earth whatsoever, as meadows, pastures, woods, moors, waters, marshes, furzes, and heath. The word land, quote unquote, includes not only the soil, but everything attached to it, whether attached by the course of nature, as trees, herbage, and water, or by the hand of man, as buildings, fences. Here's the case laws. Check it out. Land is the solid material of the earth, whatever may be the ingredients of which it is composed, whether soil, rock, or other substance. As you can see, the entire planet constitutes Moorish lands. Bing fucking bong. What stands out is the presence of the word Moor in a law dictionary. This is why they got so many distractions rolling out. The Mike Tyson, Jake Paul fight. It's a distraction. The football, basketball, soccer, baseball, all those are to keep your attention. Our attention diverted away from real issues like land. Who land do you live on? That fight that took place yesterday? Where was that at? That was on American land. So shouldn't the true Americans be making money off that event? You would think so. You would think so, right? This is why they got to keep these distractions popping. So we can't focus collectively on the definition of land. Listen, man. Listen, hold up. Let me put this up. Somebody might ask, like, why do they do so much distractions? What is the real end goal for these people who got all these distractions on TV and social media? And why all these distractions? They want to keep people distracted so you can never focus on you are the true American in the Americas. This is the thing. Our attention got to get put back to where it's supposed to be. Like, whose land is this? Whose land are we living on? You see, this is why the media, this is why social media, this is why these so-called fact checkers, this is why they take down posts. This is why they take down videos. This is why, because the frequency is starting to vibrate higher now. See, the population on the planet is starting to vibrate the frequency of knowledge higher now. This is why they want to bring out take videos down. This is why they want to snatch shit down off the internet now. Because the frequency of truth is starting to vibrate higher. The people that's been running shit, that's been in our place, the Freemasons and all these people, the Knight Templars and the Dark Illuminati, the power, they've been using our information against us. You feel me? This is why. Like, one of the Moors had screenshot something to me, and it was like it gave like a prompt it gave like a prompt to it. They like, do you want to follow this page? Because this page has been cited for false information. Woo, right? They really starting to turn up on the truth tellers. They really don't want truth tellers talking about no truth at all. This is with censorship, violation of the First Amendment. This is why, Wagwan brethren, this is why it's time right now. If you studying more science, it's time to get bold now. It ain't no more time right now to be silent and just be knowing and sitting on the sideline. It's time now, if you are a truth teller, if you are somebody that speaks law, understands law, understands law, overstands law. If you somebody who studies the Bible, studies the Quran, study the Septuaginta, the Torah, the Bhagavad Gita, the Circle 7, Quran. If you one of these individuals that's out there and you're indigenous, that means you Moorish. It's time for you to start getting bold. I seen a post up where Benjamin Trump once again has sunk his tentacles into another case with El Haj Malik El Shabazz, rest in peace, and his family. Once again, why is this a negative thing? Because attorneys have no title of nobility. Attorneys work for the corporation. That's like saying, hey, look, I want to investigate 9/11 and I'm going to hire the people that did the 9/11 shit. I'm going to hire I'm going to hire somebody that's associated and connected with them. That's an attorney. Attorney's job, all attorneys belong to the crown. All of them. They belong to the Bar Association, the Barristers Association. They all have a bar card. Do you realize this? It's so when we look at attorneys, we look at them like they're like the middleman to speak from to us, to the magistrate in the black robe that's sitting up there. Listen, attorney's obligation is not to we the people. All attorneys, when they take the bar test, they pledge their allegiance to the crown, to the court. Not you, not me, not we the people. This is all attorneys don't have a license. No attorney can produce a license if you ask them. None of them can. This is why we got to start knowing law. So we can start exercising law in real time and stop looking at attorneys like, man, like, once again, like Trump and the rest of them. Let me tell y'all something, man. Civil rights is unconstitutional. There is no such thing as civil rights. Civil rights has nothing to do with human rights. I'm going to say that one more time. This is why our people keep looking at we don't get justice. We're not getting justice, first off, because the status that you identify as. If you identify as a negative status, you're going to get negative treatment in law. Let me show you a quote. Let me show you this quote. This quote right here say this. Dogs to turn people into slaves, you must first teach them they were slaves, came from slaves over and over until their offspring become volunteer slaves. See that? Their offspring become volunteer slaves. What does that mean? Let me show you a little further. Check this out. I want you to check this out real quick. Just give me a minute of your time. Real quick. Watch this. It say, what's in the name? Moorish people have been influenced by internal betrayals, media, and shadowy forces, some knowingly, says some knowingly, others unknowingly, to believe that the label they give themselves holds no real significance or impact on how they are perceived and treated. This couldn't be further from the truth. A name establishes the bedrock of your identity, your origin, heritage, culture, language, and more. In legal terms, this is known as your status. Ding, 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 ding. This is why they want to keep us so distracted worrying about the Tyson-Jake Paul fight, the football game on Sunday, the baseball game. Ain't y'all seeing it? Look, let me give y'all an example. Ain't y'all seeing how the NBA is losing money? People not really watching the NBA like that no more. How's the NBA losing money? The NBA is losing money because people tired of watching garbage ass product. Shooting threes every 2 seconds and shit. That shit garbage. People starting to lose interest in that shit. They like, fam, where's real basketball at? Where's the mid-range game at? Where the jump shot at? Besides shooting trays all day. People starting to get tired, fed up. This is the age of Aquarius. Look. Ain't you noticed in basketball, they done became so desperate. They've implemented a tournament during the season. Yeah. When did you ever think you would see a tournament during the basketball game? That shit is unheard of. They've become so desperate. They trying to do anything. All right, fuck it. We gotta implement a tournament, an in-season tournament. When they start doing that? Last year. When them stats came back like that, the NBA losing bread. That shit trash. Trash. So they doing anything they could do to try to keep people to keep watching on TV, to keep streaming. You feel me? This is how desperate they is though. To keep people distracted. They want us to be distracted. Once people are distracted, they not even paying attention no more. They not even thinking about it no more. And what is it? Out of sight, out of mind. You ain't even thinking about it no more. Right? Look. So when they talk about what's in the name, one of the main things that the school system, the General Board of Miseducation did, and people who choose to sell out what they do, they don't tell you your right name. They will never tell you your real name, your right name. Just like they'll never tell you that Jesus never told you. He never told nobody he was a Christian. It's not in there. That's what you might say is, to some people, that will be like a controversial take. But it's real life, though. Yehoshua is the name that they will never call so-called Jesus. His name was Yehoshua. You won't hear the pastor telling the congregation that, though. Why? Because the pastor, he get paid not to reveal that information to the congregation. It's just like when they tell you that Jesus was a Christian and Jesus had disciples. He never told his disciples that they was Christians. That never came out his mouth. It's not in the books. It's not there. It's not there. Christ is a knowledge, a understanding, a wisdom that you receive after you study. It never told people that when you join the church, you were a Christian. It's not in there. It's not in there. It's not in there. Christ really is the Christ oil, the Christos oil, the gold, the God elixir that goes and flows from the pineal gland, the medulla oblongata, the cerebellum, and the cerebrum. It's drops that come down the spinal cord. This is why when you look at a hospital and you see that symbol with the snakes going like this, when you see that symbol of the snakes doing that, that's a representation. It's a symbol of ancient Kundalini energy. It's a symbol of that. So the snakes that's going like this, right? The snakes that you see doing that, those snakes are representing the Christ degree. It's representing from the bottom of the spine, ascending to the top of the pineal gland, the medulla oblongata, the cerebellum, and the cerebrum. That snake going up like this is symbolizing that. That's the Christ that's in all of us, though. Los Islam, or that's the Christ that's in all of us, though. This is why in the scripture, these people they swearing they read the Bible, though. Yeah. But see, it's not really that, though. The pastor, his job, his duty is to really tell you that. But they not gonna never tell the congregation that. Why? Why would okay, look at this. For the ones that say why. Why would the pastor who's getting paid every Sunday, you paying for the pastor's prosperity. You're paying for that. The congregation. So you're paying for his car, his house, or her house. You paying for the sustenance that they get, that they go buy. The people in the congregation are paying for that. That's who is prospering off the prosperity message. It's not the people that's in the church. It's the pastors that's profiting off that shit. You understand? So it's a game that the pastor is playing. This is why the so-called pastors, they never will reveal into their congregation Ruth the Moabitess. They not going to tell the congregation who Ruth the Moabitess is. Why would they tell you that? Ruth the Moabitess is an actual Bible that's found in the Bible. It's a book in the Bible. It's there. They're not. Have you ever heard a pastor do a sermon on Ruth the Moabitess? Why not? Because that's going to reveal one of the secrets that the dark church don't want you to know. The dark church is not the same as the church of light. The dark church are the ones who want to hide and not reveal the light, which is the truth. The truth is the matter is, when you say the word truth, if you take the T off, you get the word Ruth. When somebody is ruthless, that means they don't even care no more. They don't have truth in them. Ruth the Moabitess is the great-great-grandmother of Yehoshua, who the pastor would say is Jesus. His name is not Jesus, though. It's Yehoshua. So why would the pastor tell his congregation that piece of information? That will make you second guess the pastor. And not only that, you will look at them like, damn, pastor, why you ain't tell us this? Because the pastor wants you to keep giving them prosperity, the collection plate. You understand? That's why they not going to tell it. Look, so we gotta each one teach one. Look at this right here. What it say? It say, to address any problem, it must first be identified at its root. So-called black organizations have consistently and reliably failed to address these roots. Instead, they focus on symptoms. This is why we repeatedly encounter redundant and unproductive outcomes. Damn. There is a great deal of marching, financial resources being spent, grief, and misery. One of the primary keys and the initial step towards resolving the issues faced by so-called black people is recognizing the root cause. What did Noble Drew Ali say? If you don't do anything else, declare a nationality. Noble Drew Ali. Let me ask y'all a question. Somebody might be like, well, what's in the name? My name is whatever my name is, right? Hold up. If nationality wasn't important, hold up. If nationality wasn't important and it was low-key not on none, how come they don't teach nationality to so-called black people, so-called Latinos, so-called Hispanics? Nationality is it. This is why the Prophet Noble Drew Ali was saying over and over and over again, if you don't do nothing else, declare nationality. And you say it keep kicking you off? Yeah, fam. This is what social media be doing to this page. Like it could be 2,000 people in here, right? But they not gonna show that because it'll keep kicking people off. That's how dirty they is, though. You feel me? So when you say all of these puppets, all these people that's in front of us, telling us to eat all this bogus ass food, I seen y'all remember that clip when the ex-mayor of New York, the ex-governor, when they was telling people, hey fam, go down there and get that inoculation. Don't ask no questions though. Just go down there and get that inoculation. We're gonna give you some fries and a cheeseburger. Some fries and a burger? You see what's going on? Fam. Yo. Listen, man. One of the main reasons why nationality is so crucial is because we have people who are not Americans that live in America and they are actually pretending to be American using the resources that the real true Americans are supposed to have first. This is one of the reasons why nationality is swept under the rug. It's over there somewhere. Because you have people like, what does nationality mean? And why is it important to nationalize? Nationality is everything because it connects you to a heritage, resources, land, your name, your culture, your history. Nationality is the key. That's why it ain't talked about. That's why the distractions is talked about. What the Kardashians doing? Type shit. You said it upsets you to your core? For sure. That's why people need to start getting educated, erudition, and start getting bold. Start getting bold out here. If you not bold, then you studying all this for what? Like, what you studying all this for? If you not finna get out here and say something like you declare your nationality, and if somebody asks you, hey, what are you? I'm Moorish American. Just that alone changes the frequency, energy, and the vibration. Then you study up from that. This is, don't y'all see? Don't you see what's going on? These so-called celebrities, how easily they could be bought. They can be bought. Beyonce, bought. Jay-Z, bought. Eminem, bought. Cardi B, bought. Megan Thee Stallion, bought. Taylor Swift, bought. Leonardo DiCaprio. We could just keep naming people down the list. Just keep naming them down the list. You say, why is it that there are some melanated folks who say that those of us who didn't vote are ungrateful to those who went before us, fought before us? Okay. Those people right there are ill-informed. Those people that say stuff like that try to guilt trip you. They're trying to use dark psychology on you. They're trying to get you to say a narrative that's false, which is the people that died before us, we need to pay tribute and vote. They don't even know what the word vote means. Then you got to look at these people like, where is the word democracy mentioned in the Pledge of Allegiance? Where is the word democracy mentioned in the Constitution? Ding, 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 ding. It's not there. So these people that try to guilt trip you and tell you, you need to vote because the people that died, it ain't in the Constitution. Democracy is not in the Constitution. So why would I go down there and put my energy into something that's a fraud? And when you do vote as a Moorish American, you cannot vote in a system, because when a Moorish American national participates in the fraud is left, is like it's let off the hook. You see, the fraud is let off the hook when a Moorish American national agrees to the fraud. This is why so many people have a hard time comprehending this type of information, because they're going into this information. When they hear it, they're going by what they believe. They're not going by what they know. They going what they believe and what they have heard. They've heard stories about Moors getting whatever they heard. They don't have any evidence. They don't have anything to vouch and prove nothing that they got fear of. A lot of people move with fear because they go by what they heard, not by what they research. You feel me? So when you say, should I listen to this person? I would say, if the person or people that you listening to, if their information cannot be researched, verified, fact-checked, if it can't be cross-examined with any law dictionaries, medical dictionaries, etymology, culture, history, land, monuments, if it can't be vouched for by research, not just vouched for by somebody agreeing to what they said, can it be vouched for by, I want to look up what you talking about? If it ain't on that type time, it's more than likely they suspect it's a fraud. Like Pan-Africa. Where is Pan-Africa located? It's a fraud. You understand? These people are paid to spread fraud. They're paid to spread lies because they hate themselves. They hate their people. If you loved your people like you love yourself, why would you lie to your own and send your own people off? They hate their people. This is why they keep lying to their people, because they get paid to lie to their people. You think these people that's out here lying, capping, you think they don't really know the truth? They know what's going on, but they know that ignorance is $1 trillion industry. And they also know that once they start telling the lies the first time, they got to keep telling the lies. And they also know that people are a lot of people are so stuck in distractions. They so stuck in what they heard or what they believe in. Once they hear the truth, they not going to believe it. They not even going to be willing to accept the truth. They're not going to be willing to accept reality because of the generational curses and the generations that have been before us, to be on some victim type mentality. It's a victim mentality. The real issues is you got foreigners that's living in the American lands on American soil who are not Americans, but they are pretending to be Americans. That's how they're able to come up. That's how they're able to go to the bank, go to a car lot, sign off on something with no money down, and drive off with the car. This is one of the reasons. Yes, Lene Lenape means we the people. So when these people tell you, what did the Moors establish? The Moors are the Lenape. Lenape is in the Declaration of Independence. It's in the Constitution. It's we the people. The word Indian was substituted for Moor in 1621. This destroys any one of these Indians from a conversation. Once you start knowing the facts, and it's all popping out every day, faster and faster and faster and faster, that piece of information right there will destroy anybody that's claiming to be a so-called Indian. Not to mention, if we looked up the library, if we looked in the Library of Congress in South Carolina, fam, what they was calling them people down there that was pretending to be so-called Indians, fam, they was calling them people slaves. It's in the Library of Congress though, but you know people don't want to look there. They want to look at online, and they need a microwave to figure out what's going on. Look, let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something real quick. Let me show y'all something, right? Out of this book right here. Let me show y'all something real quick. Check it out. You said you in South Carolina right now. Islam. Look at this. Let me just show y'all something. It say the Europeans took away our names, labeling us niggers, colored, blacks, Negroes, Africans, sub-Saharans, etc. All of these are derogatory terms. We are none of those. Not Jamaicans, not Nigerians, nor Americans. We are Moors, a people tracing back to the most ancient times. Look at these names, Moors. Yomoros, Yomorus, Moors, Mawas, the children of the light, the bearers of civilization and compassion, the golden ones, the first people. Mauritanians, do you see this? Do you see what's going on? This is why they want to keep our people distracted in the mind game of color. When you check ancient history, you'll come across accounts of the Moors, but you won't find mention of Negroes. The pale ones, the blanks, appropriated our names and falsely claimed it only referred to Arab Muslims, conquest of Spain. No, the Greeks were familiar with the Moors, as were the Romans, the ancient Hindu, the real Indians, and the Chinese. This is because the ancient Egyptians referred to their land as Tamari. One more time for the people in the back. The ancient Egyptians referred to their land as Tamari or Tamori. Look at the spelling. Anytime you see M-E-R, anytime you see M-U, anytime you see M-A, that's Moorish. The land of the Moors. They were seafarers who navigated the globe and brought enlightenment to all. We are their descendants. We're not black. Look, that spell, G, is wicked. That whole color thing, because they'll be like, Kush, man, why you be going so hard about a name? And I say this right here. Everybody else got a name. But our people. If you just stop your beliefs and just thought about it critically, with some critical thinking, like all jokes aside, everybody on this planet has a place of origin. They have a name. They got one name. You don't see people that's from Pakistan calling themselves and identifying as brown. They don't do that. They don't talk like that. You don't see somebody that's Palestinian. You don't see them calling themselves a crayon color when over here in America. You don't never see that. I got Palestinian peoples. They don't talk like that. It's funny though, because once you start talking about Moor science and knowing your identity as a Moor, Allah will put people from other nationalities in your path. And you have a conversation just off some, it just happened type shit. And you start talking to other people from other nationalities, not other races, because there's only one race, the human race. When you start having conversations with other nationalities, they'll tell you to your face that you're not black. But they've been programmed to play the game too, a lot of them. A lot of other nationalities, they come over here to our land and they get told by immigration that, hey, don't mix with them black people. Don't mix with them African-American people. Them African-American people are dangerous. Them black people are dangerous. Don't mix with them. This is what people that come over here, when they get told through immigration tells them this. This ain't something I'm making up. This shit really happens. Immigration. And you think about it. How can immigrants that's in American land tell us that we're immigrants? Yo. It's just like Scarface. You got immigrants, and an immigrant is somebody who's not American, or they're not indigenous to that land that they own. That's an immigrant. You got Europeans, Africans, people that are not indigenous to the Americas telling true original Americans that they need a green card to do business or a visa to do business and live in America. Just think about that shit. Shit is crazy, fam. This is why nationality is the order of the day. Because then and only then can people start making a stand. You gotta have a name that you stand on. You can't say that you black, then say you indigenous, then say you melanated, then say you Pan-African, you a Hebrew, you a Native American. Like, what are you? Who are you? Do you know who you are? Don't nobody else talk like that around the world. Palestinians will tell you they Palestinian. Mexicans will tell you they're Mexican. Ecuadorians will tell you they're Ecuadorian. You understand? People that's Tainos, they will tell you they Taino. They ain't dealing with the color shit. Trinidadians, Haitians, Jamaicans, Dominicans, they will tell you. Remember that clip that was floating around when that Taino chick, she made a video. She was so-called Dominican, which is Moorish Dominican, which is really Moorish American. She made a video. She was saying that Dominicans, she was like, I'm not black. And a lot of the people, shout out to Ayati, shout out to all the islands out there. She was telling the people like, she's not black. And a lot of the people who was in the mindset that black is under the mindset that black is a real thing, they was getting down on her, going crazy on her, bugging up on her ass. Like, what you mean you not black? Dominicans are black. And she making a video like, I'm not black. Dominicans are not black. Black is a social engineered slave status. It's not something to be beloved. It's not something that you need to hold on to. It means that you are the bottom of the bottom. You're a slave. You have a slave citizenship. So you can be treated like cattle. You could be treated like garbage. That's what black is. See, the time has come now. You feel me? The time has come now. Well, now you're going to start seeing day by day People that's declaring their nationality. That means I just seen Trick Daddy. Shout out to Trick Daddy. I just seen him say, hey, I'm not African American. Shout out to Florida. He say, I'm not African American. Trick Daddy. See, truth don't matter where it come from. Truth is truth. It don't matter when it got said. It don't matter where it got said. It don't matter who said it. Truth is a frequency. It's a vibration. It's an energy. Trick say, man, I'm not African American. No, sir. We not African Americans. They want us to identify with everything that we not. If you really think about it, who are the people that's telling us that we not Moorish Americans? The so-called black people that is in the mindset of, I'm going to identify with black. And then you ask that same person, show me why you identify with that. They get pissed off. They get hot. You trying to tell me my identity? Everybody else can show you why they identify with what they identify as. They got a land. It's that simple. Everybody on this planet originates from a land. From a land. But they driving it in our people in our head here in North America. They getting it in our head early. I'm talking about from daycare. Your mom and them, your old man, they told you was a crayon color. And it's like a perpetual slave narrative. You gotta be a curse breaker, G. You gotta be a curse breaker, fam. It's gonna start with you. You gotta be a curse breaker. You gotta just listen. You gotta say to yourself, I'm not a crayon color. Nobody else out here in the world identifies as a crayon color. The only people doing that shit is the people that's in North America that live above Mexico. That's the only people doing that crayon shit. European hybrids are not white people. They are not American either. They playing the game. They playing the finesse game. But as long as you keep calling them white people, you letting them off the hook. You letting them live here. If you want to really get your 40 acres and a mule, your resources, you have to stop being afraid to call them Europeans who they are. They're Europeans. They're hybrids. You got to stop being afraid to call them who they are. Because you might be saying, man, words don't matter. What you mean? Call them who they are. Are you afraid? I know you ain't spooked, is you? I know you ain't scared, is you? Let me ask you. Are you scared to call the Europeans by their name? Are you scared? Cause they say that white people shit strong as hell. They ain't white people though. Are you scared to call them Europeans? Is that it, G? I mean, let's just get down to the nitty gritty. Is you scared to call these European pale-faced people white? Is you scared to call that you call white people? Is you scared to call them by their real name? They're European hybrids, fam. Or you can call them Europeans. Are you scared to call them that? What is it? Because for all the people that say that they so educated, why is that so hard for you to do? You look up the word black. What is the origin of the word black? You Google that. Google is going to tell you. Siri is going to tell you. Alexa is going to tell you. The origin of the word black means albino. It means pale. Are you pale? Or are you copper complexion, bronze complexion, olive complexion, dark complexion? You say you educated. Well, it's time to show it then. It ain't time to be in. So you want to be in denial. Because if you so educated, why you got all these degrees on the wall, Why is that a fact that you don't want to take in? The word black means albino. It's an adjective. It doesn't apply to human beings. Neither does white people. There's no white people mentioned in the Bible. Yeah. It's no black people mentioned in the Bible. Where's white people at in the Bible? Where's white people at in the Quran? Where's black people at in the Quran? Where is it at? What scripture? What surah is black and white as far as the people mentioned in the Quran and the Bible? It ain't in there. It's not in there. The Quran does speak about white and black, though. It speaks about how white is knowledge. And it also says that black is ignorance. Look it up yourself. This is why they want to keep all these games and distractions going. This is why. Because if you don't have no real conversations, you're going to stay in the dark. Do you go find the answers in the dark? Can you see in the dark? Or do you need to go into the light? This is why in the book of Matthew, it goes into that. We are the light of the world. We are the light of the world. Why? How can you be the light of the world if you identify as black, and black means the absence of light? Yo. How, Sway? How? Can you answer that? Can you answer that? You say you a Bible reader. You read the scriptures and this and that. Etymologically, the origin of the word black is bleak. It means colorless. It means pale. How can you say that you are the light of the world and then say you identify with a word black? That means the absence of the light. Boss. You gotta make it make sense. Because you can't serve two masters. Your skin is more copper, brown, bronze, olive than black. You know what's crazy? When somebody say Islam, or when somebody say that they're a so-called black person, right? Or Europeans are so-called white people. If you got dressed to go to an all-black party, your skin does not match your outfit. When a European paleface is going to an all-white party, their skin doesn't match their outfit. Yeah. Oh my God. It's really that simple though. They skin don't match their outfit, but you call them white people. Your skin don't match your outfit, and you call yourself black. Like, just make it make sense. Then you say you got college degrees on the wall. Yeah, that's good. You got college degrees on the wall. That's what's up. That's what's up. You got college degrees on the wall. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. But answer me this though. Why does everybody else on this planet, they identify with a nationality except the people that live above Mexico? Everybody on this planet identifies with the nationality except the people that live above Mexico. Mr. and Mrs. Educated. You want to take a crack at that answer? Mr. and Mrs. Educated. Do you want to take a crack at that? Everybody else on this planet identifies with a land. Everybody. I don't know where on this planet is Pan-Africa. Do you know where it's at? Where is Pan-Africa located? Why are you calling yourself African American and that's not a real place? It's not a real place. Do you understand why when you put jewelry on, your skin turn green? And they'll be like, nah, that's some fake jewelry. They'll say that, right? It's not that it's fake jewelry. When you put jewelry on and your skin happen to turn green like this, when your skin turns green, it's showing you that we are not only water, but it's showing you that in our bodies, when we were born, we had green spots on us. The green spots represent not only the melanin, but the green spots, they give us a visual because we were all in water inside of our mama. So since we were inside of our great cosmic mothers, before we came out to this outer world, we were inside, right? But even though we were inside, we were being created. When we came out and touched the air, an element, that element, oxygen, it started to oxidize us on the outside. So us being green on the inside of our mothers, our great cosmic mothers, when we came out to the world, we were oxidized with oxygen. So the oxygen, what happened after a little while of us being born? We started to oxidize and we started to change what? The color, the outer color. The outer color started to get some darker than others. You see? Some were darker than others. Even hybrid Europeans got melanin. They got small traces of melanin in them too. The reason why that happens is nature. Look, when the seasons just change, right? So some trees, the leaves stay on them more than other trees, right? Let's take it to science and nature real quick. Trees, the leaves fall off because the season finna change. Let me watch this. So when the leaves fall off, when they hit the ground, they be on the ground for a little while. What do they change to? They change from green to brown. They're losing water. The leaves are starting to dry out. So the water is decreasing inside of the leaf because it's not connected to the tree no more. You feel me? So since that leaf ain't connected to that tree no more, it's losing water, hydration. That leaf is turning brown. So that leaf is going to go back into the world. It's going to go back into the soil. It's going to recycle once again on that main tree. The leaf is going to go into the soil. That tree is going to bloom again in the spring. What does all that mean? When you look at nature, you looking at us. We came out of our mama the color green. We had spots on us that was green. When we oxidize from the oxygen after birth, the oxidization hit our skin and started to change our melanin from the green to spread all through our bodies from the oxygen, the air. Some turn darker than others. What if I was to tell you that our true complexion is really green, though? Or bluish? What if I was just to share that with you? Would you look it up? I want you to look it up. This is why when you look at something like temples and pyramids, before they started to get Europeanized, a lot of those things were blue and they were green paintings of us. They were blue and green. So you don't think that we came from that? Question for y'all. Why do you think the movie Avatar portrays them as green? Why is the Incredible Hulk green? No, the movie Avatar portrays them as blue. Why is the Incredible Hulk? Why is he green? Why is She-Hulk green? Green Lantern. Why in Guardians of the Galaxy, why is Gamora, why is she green? Think about it. Think about it. Whole time. Then you got the Martian Hunter. Yeah. On that DC movie though. The last DC, League of Justice. At the end. The Martian Hunter, he was the color green. He was talking to Bruce Wayne though. Remember that scene in there? The Martian Manhunter. He was talking to Bruce Wayne. He was green though. On God. Why is Yoda green? Why is Yoda green? Answer that. Why is Yoda green? You noticing the pattern? Are you noticing a pattern? Green and blue. Are you noticing a pattern? Nothing with black is in there. Because they'll be like, we came from triple blackness. We came from blackness. Yeah. Black means the absence of light. So when we came out of our great cosmic mothers, we came into the light. Once the oxygen, the air hit us, then what happened? That light went into the world. That melanin kicked in overdrive and started to change us. So-called skin complexion. But the light that we talking about, when Yahushua came on his land, he wasn't acting all cocky. He wasn't acting holier than thou. Yahushua was in the trenches. Some know him as Jesus. That's not his name, though. His name was Yahushua. He came and he spoke, and he had disciples. He was in the trenches. He spoke with murderers. He spoke with prostitutes. Yeah. He was trying to get them to see the light, though. He didn't encourage them to keep doing the shit that they was doing. He encouraged the people that was in the trenches to come into the light. And that was only through knowledge of self. That was studying self, which is Islam. I, self, law, am master. That's what Islam is. Islam has nothing to do with you saying that you a Muslim. Don't let them spin you and tell you that shit. That's not Islam. Islam is a science. I, self, law, am master. That's a science. I, self, law, alchemy master. I, self, law, you could say, I, self, law, am master. I, self, law, alchemy master. I, self, law, arithmetic master. It's so many ways you could flip it. But this is just basics, though. There's a whole lot of... You could take it higher than this. This is just the basics, though. Islam. So when you say, what can we do right now to change something right now? Start identifying yourself as your true national name, which is more. More means love. You know what black means? Black means the absence of light, dismal, destitute, evil, wicked, atrocious, badly, then you look up, why would I want to identify with a word that means devoid of light? Why wouldn't I want to look up, why wouldn't I want to be something that doesn't mean evil or gloomy? More means love. It means light. Islam, more. Appreciate you. So it goes back to that age-old thing. Everybody else on this planet identifies with a nation, with a land. So-called black people are the only people who keep playing the identity crisis game. And then you say, you looking for relationships. You looking for love. The word more means love. So you looking this whole time for yourself. Wow. You looking for love, and the word more means love. It means land. It means law. It means light. So when people be out here talking about, I'm looking for love, you looking for yourself. You understand? You're literally looking for yourself. That's who you looking for. More means love. Once you find yourself, then you will find love. Islam. Once you find yourself, you're going to find love. It's in your name. Your name is love. But you got to find it, though. Look in the mirror, man. Look in the mirror, G. You looking for love? Look in the mirror and find yourself. Go within yourself and find yourself. Because more means love. You have to find love with yourself. That's your name. Land of the Moors. America. Land of the Moors. Land of the pyramids. That's America. Amorica is land of the Moors. Land of the pyramids. Land of love. This is why everybody from around the world loves to come to America. It's in the name. America. The land of love. The land of milk and honey. Everybody's dream is to come to America. If America was so effed up, why does everybody from around the world want to come here? Think about it, Moors. Because this is the land of love. Yeah. Except the people that live here have been told so many generations, the true original indigenous people have been brainwashed. We have been brainwashed. We have been colonized mentally. We have been denationalized to think that this land, the land of love, ain't our land. Whole time, this is our land. You can only claim this land when you proclaim your name, which is more. You have to say that's your name. And you have to stop identifying Europeans as white people. You got to break that curse. You got to break that curse. Are you scared to call them Europeans? I mean, be for real. Are you scared to call these pale-skinned people by their real name? Their real name are troglodytes. That's their real name, Paleoliths. European is what we call them, though. They're European hybrids. You got to call them by their real name, though. Stop calling them white people. You know what I was looking at today? You never hear Europeans when they get into it. They don't call each other white. They call each other by they'll call each other by like a derogatory slander from the land they from. You ever notice that? If you like start paying more attention, Europeans, when they get into fights and whatnot, like verbal confrontations, they don't call each other, you white motherfucker, you. They don't talk like that. They don't do that. They call each other rednecks. This is what they do. Start listening. They call each other rednecks. They call each other trailer trash. They call each other all type of derogatory names. But they don't call each other, you white motherfucker. No, they don't, you your white ass. They don't talk like that because they know that they not white. Yo. But on the flip side though, they call each other, you Polak, and all these names and all this, all these derogatory slurs, right? One thing I really peeped today was our people have been conditioned to embrace this black shit, but at the same time, you will call your own people black in a derogatory way. Like, yo, black ass. Get your black ass out of here. You ever noticed that? Have you ever peeped that? When we talking, like when our people talking shit, like having like a verbal confrontation, we go from embracing black as a positive thing and then flipping it, saying it's a negative thing. Be like, fuck your black ass. You see that? So do you see it though? How do you say you embrace being black, but then when you in an argument, you would be like, fuck your black ass. Your black ass. You would use it in that way. But when you say more, where you gonna go with that? Where you gonna give somebody a slur when you say more? Like, hey, more, yo, more ass. Like, you sound retarded. Like, you sound goofy as hell. Like, how you trying to clap at somebody who identifies more? You can't. Unless you say some goof ass shit like sovereign citizen or some goofy shit like that. That shit dead. That shit dead. Oh, God. Right. Call them a dirty Moor. They're Moor, which means any dark-skinned person. If they dirty, then call them a dirty Moor. That's what the Prophet said. Islam, Moor. Call them a dirty Moor. Don't get so distracted out here and caught up, fam. That's all I'm saying. Don't get so distracted and caught up where you getting so distracted in this illusion world. You not seeing what they doing behind closed scenes. Behind the scenes, you ain't peeping. You feel me? But that shit wild though. How our people, they'll have an argument with somebody. They'll be like, fuck your black ass. But then they'll say they love being black. Wait a minute. You just said fuck somebody black ass. Yo, black ass. But then you call yourself black though. So what? Yeah. Which you see, do you see what I'm saying now? Do you see what I'm saying, Morris? How you embracing black, but then you curse somebody out calling them a black ass? Fuck your black ass. It's hatred. And that's what the word black is associated with. Blackmail, blackball, blacklisted, black eye, black plague. All those words is associated with darkness. You feel me? You go from saying, I'm black and I'm proud. Then you say, when you having an argument with somebody, fuck your black ass. What? How does that work? Yeah. It's time to stop the nonsense, man. You can't say you black and you proud, then say, fuck your black ass. That's why you black. What? Hey, man, I'm just the messenger. I'm just the messenger, man. I'm just the messenger. This is why we got to come back to nationality. You can't say about this black shit. You can't be chilling and something happen or whatever. Mac Islam or something happen. This is how you know our people are under a spell. And if we breaking this spell right now. Because our people are saying they black and they proud. But then if they have a verbal argument with their own people, they'll curse them out and call them a black motherfucker. Fuck your black ass. That's like, how does that work? You don't hear Europeans having these type of arguments. Europeans, when they argue, they'll call each other rednecks, white trash, even though they not white. They'll call them trash, trailer trash. Have you noticed that Europeans don't never argue with another European and they call each other white? They don't never do that. They'll start talking about them and where they come from. Oh, you're a Polak, or you a kite, or you a Irish, whatever they call the Irish. You feel me? They call them that. Our people will say, you fuck your black ass. You black as hell. Damn. Yeah, they'll call them like the Europeans, when they arguing, they'll get on some, you're a trailer trash. You're a redneck. They talk like that. They don't bring up colors. Notice, interesting though. What I'm saying is, if you just looked at the other side and not just looked at what you believe in, you could see it. Said a red-headed stepchild. Yeah, chill. Chill. Yeah, man. So, man, time is it, man? I'm finna move around, though. It's about that time. All right? I appreciate all y'all that tune in, man. Much love to all y'all. I appreciate each and every last one of y'all that's out there. Study. Run this beam out back. Invest in not only what somebody says, if they say that they're an influencer or they say that they're an educator, invest in dictionaries, invest in literature and books so you can cross-reference everything that they're saying. Cross-reference everything that I'm saying. Look up everything that anybody's saying. Pick up this book by Patricia Corey. It's called No More Secrets, No More Lies. Pick that book up. Fire. The frequency, the energy, and the vibration is changing. People really starting to, they starting to really tap into that frequency now. They really starting to tap in, which is a real good thing. Tap in, G. The book that I just showed y'all is my book. This is available on khalifamedia.com. This is my debut book right here. You can get this on Amazon, or you can get this at khalifamedia.com. You can get it right here. khalifamedia.com. You can get it from right there. And it's other great authors that's on that website right there too. That got fire. Fire. If you can, just go on khalifamedia.com and just, you know what I'm saying? Just tap in. Just tap in. Tap in, G. It's a gang of books on there. Just tap in. It's time to start getting into the know now. It's time to get into the know now. Like the believing things, that's cool. But beliefs are for children. Children go by beliefs. Children believe in the fairy god, the tooth fairy. Children believe in Santa Claus. They believe in that. Children. Having faith is a strong belief. It doesn't mean that you know. Belief faith, and then there's fruition. Fruition means that you have all three. You believe it, you have faith, and you know. All three of them working around in a circle. That's belief, faith, and fruition. The pastor is not going to tell you that Jesus' real name was Yehoshua. He's not going to tell you that Jesus' great-great-grandmother was Ruth the Moabitess. He's not going to tell you that. Your pastor is not going to tell you that when the prosperity message had nothing to do with what Yehoshua was bringing. Yehoshua was in the trenches, and he was bringing people the knowledge of self, which is Islam. I, self, law, and master. This is why he told his disciples to have no fear. Because if you're attached to a fear frequency, you can't be attached to the truth. Because the truth, you don't need no fear. You just go out there and be that shit. You don't have, once you know it, you ain't got to have no fear. You know how to swim, right? Anybody out there that know how to swim, I ain't say you believe you know how to swim. If you know how to swim, somebody could just look at you and say, hey, let's go on the boat. And we gonna jump off. We gonna jump in the water. Like a little 10 feet, you know what I'm saying? 10 feet deep water or something like that. Or somebody could tell you, hey, let's go to the pool and we're gonna jump in 13 feet. Without hesitation. You know how to swim. You're not going to be scared because you know how to swim. It's a difference between believing, having faith, and knowing. If you know something, you should not have no fear because you've done it so many times, you ready now. You don't need to have no fear. You just go out there and be what you've been doing. You know how to swim. You know, so it's no second thought. Now it's just emotion. It's your energy in motion now. Just be that shit. That's it. And that's more science. You study, so you ready. You ain't got time to think about nothing because you already know it already. It's in your head now. This is why they got all these distractions. They don't want us to start studying this. You start studying this, you're going to be a problem. Who you going to be a problem for? For everybody that's trying to put you into some little cage and some little box, you're going to be a problem for them because you're not going to be controllable because you studied and you know right from wrong. You ain't guessing. You ain't got no beliefs and no doubts and nah. No, you know now. You're unplugged from the artificial matrix. You're not in the cubicle. Remember Neo? He had to get out of the cubicle. He had to unplug, pull the cord out the back of his head. He had to look and see the endless supply of cubicles filled with people that never took a real breath in their life. Damn. Can you imagine that? Never taking a real breath, never taking a real step, never moving your muscles in your body in real life. You just had the illusion that you really was doing something. You feel me? Yeah, clock out. Yeah. It's time to clock out now. Clock out of the artificial matrix, G. Clock out now. It's time to clock out. If you say you educated and you getting hit with facts after fact after fact, but you still going the other way into denial, are you really educated? Much love to all y'all out there. If you got questions, DM me. All right? Hit me on the DM. You got questions. All right? It's each one teach one. I learn from y'all. Y'all learn from me. We keep it in rotation. QE! Follow my brother right there. Quest on a mission. My brother Q. Yes, sir. Day one, man. Rise of the Moors, y'all. It's the rise of the Moors. Don't get caught up in the Jake and Tyson distraction. Don't get caught up, Jay. Don't get caught up. Hopefully you ain't put your bread on that shit. You feel me? Hopefully you ain't put your bread on it. You got your ass caught out there with a script. That whole shit was a script. Hopefully you ain't get pulled into it. Don't think the NFL ain't scripted. Don't think the NBA ain't scripted. Don't think none of that is scripted. It's not scripted. All that's scripted. Just like the WWE, the WWF is scripted. They're plugged into the gaming commission. FanDuel, DraftKings. Look at all these online sites that you ain't gotta leave your house no more to place a bet. You could do that shit over your phone. It's all scripted. They want that bread. That's what they own. They want that bread. Straight up. But don't forget, this right here is the power box. This is the power box. This what makes it real from illusion. Study, study, study. All right? I self-law and master. Each one teach one. Don't fall for the circus. Stay focused. Peace, Morris.